fascinating how one time a year the earth stops to acknowledge the historical event of the birth of Jesus Christ, and how when that world stops, it kind of changes the mood and tone of our culture for at least a month or a couple weeks to make us better people and a better place to live, and that's good. And I think that's what we're seeing here today. Police officers have made a commitment. The 2,400 members that we represent, what's important to us as police officers is threefold. One, aggressive representation for our members. Two, is to hold people accountable to the rules and the rule of law. But thirdly, and certainly vitally, is positive partnerships. Not only locally with politicians and nationally, but more importantly, with our community members. I'm telling you, you guys are the boss. You guys pay the bills. And it's about time people started paying attention to you. And I think we saw that, and that's a good thing. It is a delight. It's a real pleasure to work with you. And I think if you look nationally across the country, you're not going to find this. You're just not going to find this. You'll see communities and cops in conflict all the time. And you see just the opposite here. And certainly, not only is the investment of time and dollars from police officers that make this possible, but it's from community leaders. And specifically today, who's going to help me here today is Ann Malone. We've got some money to give out today. And the reason that money is here, those funds are here, these investments are here for these viable, important, charitable organizations is because Ann Malone has a vision. Here's her vision. People are important. Imagine that. People are important. Not politics, but people are important. Not programs, but people are important. Politics and programs are there to serve the people. And sometimes we get that reverse, don't we? And the people becomes the servants instead of the masters in the process. And people are important. And they're created in the image of God, and they hold great value. And whenever police officers can invest back into people, especially people that have great needs, when God has blessed us, that's called a good thing. And that certainly is consistent with the spirit of Christmas. The awards, or that's not even awards, but the donations or the investments or the gifts today came from our neighborhood block party back in November, which I'm telling you, Ann carries a heavy load in doing that. Ann carries a heavy load in doing that. And talk is cheap, but when a mother of 7 invests time above and beyond to make an event like that happen, actions speak louder than words. That's consistent. We need to be doers, not just hearers. And so we see that time and time again with Ann. Ann helps Phoenix police officers become successful. So if a person is taking the time to help someone become successful, that's a good definition of a leader. That's a good definition of a leader. And you're here today, I think, because Ann is a servant. You're here today because Ann is a leader. And we're more than happy and delighted to partner with him to make these good things happen. So I don't know if there was a magic about the order of presenting the monies raised. How much did we make this year? This is the third year.
It's $42,000 total.
$42,000.
I request that $21,000 stays in PLEA Charities to help build their foundation because it just started, and they insist on giving the other half away to the community. And they continue to give grants from the other side to the community, but that's how it is.
Well, on our first check, Sheriff and Al, if you'd come up, is for the Sheriff's Youth Assistance Foundation for youth at Rick's. Sheriff Joe, a big check.
Come here, Al. Somebody gotta get the other side.
Let's talk turkey, Sheriff. We appreciate what you do. There's a cost involved when you walk point, and you walk the point, and we appreciate your service. We appreciate your commitment to the rule of law. We see a commitment to your rank and file guys, and we see a commitment to our rank and file guys. It's greatly appreciated. And I think your commitment to the youth in the county and even across the state and the country speaks highly. You're a good friend, you're a good partner. This is easy to do, to invest in this, so we appreciate all you've done. Julie and Debbie, come on up. Julie and Debbie with St. Vincent de Paul. You know, it's important, and in the police culture, we're able to make distinctions that other people don't make. I mean, when you see this gentleman here, you see a police officer, but in our culture, we see a lieutenant. So there are distinctions we see that's frequently bypass the citizens at your level. And I think that translates too into the area of homeless persons and career criminals. I think a lot of people want to blend those two together. And I think a lot of people think, well, police officers don't see this distinction between homeless people and career criminals. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Men and women take up a gun and a badge to serve others, and they take great risk at making the community safer because they care. And we are able to make that distinction, and it's important that our men and women are able to touch in a real and impacting way those of us who are less fortunate in our community. We make this distinction clearly with our investment in St. Vincent de Paul. You know what James said, true and undefiled religion is helping widows and orphans in their distress and keeping oneself unstained from the world. This is true and undefiled religion. And anytime at PLEA we can invest in that, that's a good thing. And we believe it has an eternal impact. So we can't thank you for the time you put in and the investment that you put in to help those. And they're of great value to God, and I think you recognize it, and that's why you do what you do. Thanks for letting us help.
Thank you.
Mark, where are you at? You're up front here. Come on up, Mark. Mark's with the River of Dreams. The River of Dreams provides outdoor adventures with persons with disabilities. Even within our own board here at the PLEA office, we have board members who have children with special needs. And we're more comfortable dropping a one word off of that, needs. They're special people. And clearly this is a wonderful opportunity that you continue to maintain the value and that pricelessness of human beings through your service to them. This means a great deal to us. This is a first-time unique investment for us, and we're delighted to be a part of it, glad to have you here, and we're excited to see what you'll be able to do with it.
We can't thank you enough.
Last but not least,
One
there's
city program that's wonderful.
You know, because we're recruited from the pool of humanity, we're imperfect, and sometimes we get a little selfish, and I'm going to demonstrate a little selfishness today. Our last bit of money is going in-house to our Phoenix Police Explorers program. Doug, where are you at? Doug, come on up. Is Greg here? And the reason I say this is selfish, because this is truly an investment into police officers, police personnel to the future. It's an interesting percentage of youths and young teenagers that are involved in our Explorer program that actually become police officers. I look them square in the eye, and I think we need to be honest with people. When I talk to these explorers, I'm very honest with them. I say, "You sure you don't want to be a firefighter?" But they don't. They know they want to be police officers, and that's what they're willing to invest in. And it speaks a lot of, there's a lot of things to do wrong out there, and there's few things you can do right. And this is one of the few things that we believe is the right thing to do. That's what makes it a good investment, because it comes and directly pays us back. This is investment in us. Sorry. We'll give you a little bit, but we got to take some of this. And so Doug does a lot of work. It's a thankless, invisible job, but in the end, it pays off huge dividends, not only for the department, but for the community they serve. So, Doug, that was a no-brainer to us. We've been able to help you with a cookout, and now this. Please utilize that. And the department considers our Explorer program as an outreach program to the community. And should I say 70–80% of those participating in the Explorer program come from the minority community. Those are viable, valuable partners, and that's how we need to touch that our community partners out there. And this is a real practical way to do that. So, Doug, thanks for letting us help you. You give us an opportunity. That means a lot to us, just the opportunity. So thank you very much.